So I finally got the chance to check out the Sony ULT Field 1 Bluetooth speaker to see how it compares to the JBL Flip 6. I think they might have actually, well, let's talk about it. Inside the box, you get a quick start guide and really small USB-C to USB-A charging cable. Pretty standard stuff. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing the word ultimate was a little too long, so they shortened it to ULT. The build quality on this speaker is actually really nice. It's got a rugged style of fabric covering most of it, although not quite as nice as on JBL in my opinion. You've got the buttons and a silicone strip there on the top, which I think is actually better than JBL since they split theirs up in 2 different locations and styles. You also get 12 hours battery life on both of these. You get Bluetooth 5.3 on Sony versus 5.1 on JBL. Both of these are IP67, dust and waterproof. One advantage you get with Sony is it actually has a cover for the charging port, which I know some people don't like how it's out in the open on JBL. I kind of like the way they do their shoestring strap. Probably a little bit better than on the JBL. I also like how they've got silicone on the ends. You'll also notice the passive radiators that are somewhat similar to JBL. Problem is you don't really notice them as much since they're black and set inside a little bit more than on JBL. However, it is easier to stand up and seems a little bit more stable than on the Flip 6. You can also see they're somewhat similar in size. Sony's just a little bit bigger. It's also a little more squared off. The ULT Field 1 also has fast pairing, just like JBL, and you can use the Sony Music Center app, which is pretty basic and looks pretty dated compared to JBL's app, but I guess it's better than nothing. It also has custom EQ settings, although just using the preset with the Alt button on gives it a little better bass and just has a fuller sound to it. Weird thing is it says 20 watts for Sony, 30 watts for JBL, but when you listen to these back to back, they sound about the same as far as overall loudness. Here's a quick sample of each, just to see if you can hear a difference. Not sure if you can tell from those samples, the Sony sounds really good. In fact, I was listening to these back to back and it was so close that I don't think you can go wrong with either one. If I really wanted to nitpick, I would say Sony sounds a little more clear or has a cleaner sound to it on some things, but then JBL sounds a little fuller, maybe not quite as flat on some things. I think Sony actually has a tad better bass, but again, these two are so close, it's pretty much a toss-up. I think it may come down to which style of speaker you like. I know if you made me choose between the two, it would be a really hard decision. It might just be small things like the fabric is a little more rugged or seems more durable on JBL. I also like the style, maybe just a tad more on the Flip 6. But when it comes to the sound quality, this might be the closest comparison that I've seen so far when comparing any speaker to the JBL Flip 6.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath.